Welcome back, everybody. It's 8 o'clock on the 3rd of September. This is Scuffed Epoch. Or should I say, Latent Space Live. I'm Drift Johnson. Welcome back, everybody. It's a Thursday. I think I already said that, though. Don't forget, if you're watching live, or if you're watching later, you can use the join link in the description to join us on Discord and find all of the stuff. Like the music you're listening to now, and the music I'm making on the screen now. Hello everybody, Don Tommaso, bring me the goods. Apollonia maybe gave us a wave, but we're not sure. Don Tommaso, best band ever, not sure who they were talking about. I'm sure it was relevant. Yeah. So everyone's talking about something, I've got no context. But hello everyone, Zeus194, hello, Don, hello. And Apolloni, it's just gone noon, half past monsoon on the banks of the River Nile. Love it. The lyrics are getting... The lyric project was a lot of fun. I had to do an extra funk album to like as a palate cleanser, because all the lyrical stuff, it gets in your head. Even though it was generated to spec, there was some powerful stuff in there, and it kind of... What I learned was, in the first album, he overshared, okay? In the first album, he overshared. In the second album, do you know what? The second album wasn't too bad, but it was still too wordy. It was too wordy. There was too much talking, right? Too much yapping. So I thought, for the third album, I'd put in an additional rule of reducing the number of, reducing the number of words. But then I kind of let him increase the seduction. So some of the lyrics are like, whoa, but they're all double entendre. So you could defend every single lyric as meaning nothing. But come on guys, we've all listened to that kind of music. We all know it's suggestive. It was literally programmed to be seductive. And it's like actually more suggestive. But whatever, man, it's dance music. They always say stuff like that. They always say stuff like that. You'll see what I mean when the albums come out. But first album followed The Wizard of Oz. You watched me doing that one. Second album used the structure of Dante's Inferno. So it's a journey through the 7 layers of hell as a metaphor. So there's no actual references to hell or religion. And then, or there shouldn't be. That would be a mistake if there is. And then the third album, because obviously we did dudes with new metal going to hell, so we had a dance chick with acid house going to heaven. So she does the 9 layers of heaven over her album. But it's all like super sexed up, because of the fact that the lyrics generation was trained for that. Because I wanted to show it could do that too. So it's always like this and this and that and that and this and this. It's kind of funny. It's funny. Don says Samantha Fox music. I don't know who that is, but I bet you're right. Because it's very common. Britney Spears did it. Madonna did it. It's a very common way, without getting into the actual dance singers. Dragon says evening. Welcome. Full Dive says hi. How are you doing today? We're doing great. So just as the stream was just starting, I was just finishing this job here. So as you can see, this is the last track. Hang on. And that's all you get, because the door's opening and it's going to sound like crap anyway. And there's music playing. But yeah, it's pretty good. I was actually kind of impressed. But now what I have to do is I have to master the Ascension album and that last funk album, and then I'm done. But I spread it out, because basically the time isn't in... It's just a lot of time, that's all. Right. Careless Whisper 3.1. Let's talk about the release that's actually up on the site first. So we're going to be switching to my tool, which is the focus of the stream tonight. I've got 3.1 to release. Obviously, between last night and today, I had the time to get the open router bridge working. So we've got all the models on there now. I just need to actually make sure that the you know, the exe installs and people can actually run it. And then there'll be more bug fixing. You know, it's a bit more like, little bit like last night. So, but just to point out, the actual lyrics project is coming along great. As you see here, I have the 4 albums. Oh, something just locked out. That was weird. So I have the 4 albums, and we've done ska, new metal, got to do acid house next, and then finally funk, and then that project is done. And then all of the albums will go up on schedule with like a tight window, like 2-day window, because I'm not really, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to drip feed here. I just get it out the door, because then I'll be real, right? Let me just show you something real quick before we move on to Careless. Check this out, right? If I just take a look at this, one of my many audio tabs. So I got a document here. So these ones are finished, and a lot of them are out. If you see an X or it's in bold, it's done. But these are finished. They're like songs that are complete. They're not just like a gen. I've done some like work to it, extended it, painted it, cropped it, mixed it with done a bit of like, we did string painting for a couple times. So look, this is new 2025. Here we go. So much. These are finished. Allegro, Pop Lock. The Pop Lock collection never came out. Another liquid bass album, synthwave. And sometimes you just see the beginnings, because I'll base the album off of like a cool sound or a cool. Anyway, Dirty Banana. That one's done. That should be checked off. Those 4 are done. I know that. There's Failure. Look. And there's the Beavers album. That one I just did. Yeah, that's the one that's coming out today. I think we're calling that one Empyrean now. Anyway. But that's nothing. This one here is actually, what, how many pages? We've got 31 pages. This is like roots, you know? Like, you could think of this as like, you know, when you have in Comfy UI, you have like a cool prompt, and you just kind of put that to one side. So each one of these links is kind of like that. Some of them are done, obviously. Look, see, there you go. There's that choir-inspired one with all the different, the Angel track and all that stuff. Future Sound of London. But yeah, like I said, a lot of this stuff is done. Have we got anything down here? What's going on down here? Ascension. Lost. Whoa. That's the next album right there. Haven't even started that one. So yeah, that's pretty much how I do it. Just endless links. It's easier because then you don't have to kind of like sit and do the whole thing at once. And I think sometimes giving yourself the breathing time is to like go wait a couple of days and then listen to it again. Sometimes you're like, you were in a bit of a mood, and so you thought it was good, and then you listen to it a couple of days later and you're like, ah. And so sometimes I like to like break it up just so I can like you know, not get too carried away. Okay. Because everything sounds good if you're in the mood. That's the trouble. So Careless Whisper version 3.01. There are references. I haven't bothered to do any of the superficial. I'm literally just making it work. So it's only got Sonnet 4 in the version that everyone's got right now. But it'll have the full open router model selection in the version I'm working on, which is what I'm hoping to release today. It's built, but I need to test it. So it uses GGML Tiny, which is a very small Whisper model for the actual speech stuff, which is 77 meg. I cannot find a smaller one. I want to have a quick talk about that, because yesterday we were talking about how, oh, could we be using a newer voice model? And yeah, you could be. I went and looked at a whole bunch of them, and the thing is, they're not actually better, if you see what I mean. The reason they're not better is because they need a 4GB GPU or an 8GB GPU to run. That most of the new speech recognition stuff, they actually require because this doesn't even require a GPU really. 77 meg, it'll run on CPU. But anyway, and also this ggml.bin is actually whisper.net, so it's a specific type of Whisper for the .NET environment, so it all plays nice, and I think that's kind of why it gets to be so small. Obviously, you've got to have .NET 8 installed on your system, but you could just build it in a different way and include the binaries if you wanted to. You guys are all talking about seductive lyrics. Hey, this is exactly what I'm saying, and we've got an agent that you can just plug in and say, give me that stuff, and it'll give you that stuff. So if you want to make those sorts of songs, you can just... I just did a whole album for fun. All I had to do was give it a rough theme. Just a rough theme, a structure to go based off of, and it took my one song and made the entire album. So yeah, that's what those four albums we were all just looking at. Well, not Empyrean, but the 3 ones. These are the concept albums that use my new lyrics gen assistant, and it was custom written for specific styles to show it could do it. So obviously we're going to actually publish the albums, because that's the whole point, innit? You can't just go, oh, you can make this song. Yeah, cool, but what about like a full album, and how does that actually play out? And I think I found a workflow which gives you the singing voice. I'd say it's close. It is really close. The way I've done it, it did clone the song with the good singing voice. So in theory, the song, it's all the same person. But the problem is that sometimes the style will wander. Anyway, we're moving on. It's fun. Lyrics was fun. It was a really lot of fun to do. Minimal effort as well, in a way. You just have to kind of craft your programming, and then it's like easy peasy. But yeah. Okay. So then, I talked about this. It's small. That's why I like it. It's small and it seems to work well. So that's why I'm going with that one. This is an old project, but I've added I've added Open Router API support. So that means you can press a different hotkey and you do a speech prompt and it'll put the response in your paste buffer. More on that soon. I need to pull my laptop out of my bag. I had a breakthrough literally just before I came down here, but it's going to need a lot of work. Basically, I'm working on a paste canvas. I call it Careless Canvas, and it's like, the idea is you have a canvas app, and when you put your mouse over like Comfy UI, but it's just for text, and when you paste, it creates a node with the text in it. And the idea is you can have multi-page markdown. And then I came up with this. Oh, it's not there yet. Refresh. NML. So I came up with this today. This is related. It's all kind of related to what we're doing, because the Careless Whisper app that I'm developing at the moment to make it better, it's designed so you can paste into any application or Windows, whatever. You can paste it in anywhere. And I saw this cool thing online. Some guy had made something similar, like a canvas, which it had an Olama API or it had a Google or a Gemini API for every single thing. So I've basically come up with the same idea, but mine doesn't have anything in it. It's more like a notepad that works as a canvas, and each node is a different page, and then you can link them up and stuff. But anyway, this is NML. It's nested markdown language. So what if you could put markdown in the markdown, so you have multi-page? Okay. So nested markdown language is an open XML-based file format designed for storing and organizing multiple interconnected markdown documents on infinite canvas. Because if you've got an infinite canvas with 100 documents and they're all connected in funny ways, wouldn't it be nice to have a single unified file that you could just save that and it would be portable between applications? So that's what I've come up with. It's a multi-page markdown, visual connections, spatial positioning, visual organization. It should have embedded support when I'm done. It'll be human readable to a point if you know XML. And you should be able to do cross-referencing. So traditional markdown is great for single documents, but falls short when managing complex interconnected content. This could be really useful for our RAG stuff as well. Existing solutions either sacrifice markdown simplicity or lack visual organization. So the problem There's no visual relationship between the files. You can't see the big picture. Hard to reorganize. Limited cross-referencing and no spatial context of flow. So this is the NML solution. I know it looks like a bunch of garbage, but the basic thing is you have pages. Yeah, pages block. And then you have page. And then inside content, you have... there's a header format for it, right? But essentially, in this here, is just... that's the markdown for a page, right? That's the markdown for another page. So it's just markdown within markdown, okay? The only difference is that you can have a few other bits and pieces, which is kind of nice. So, tool agnostic, because I wanted to not make it, oh, this is for Sonnet, this is for Gemini, this is for... no, this is for cut and paste. It's for cut and paste. That's what it's for. But when you're done pasting your mad selection of outputs into this one big canvas, you can just save it as an NML document, which is nested markup language. Okay. Hey, Fernicar, welcome to the show. Use cases, academia, knowledge management, business strategy, and so on. Okay, obviously our area as well. So here's a basic example. Okay, so as you can see, we got the page ID, and then we got the content. Okay, and it starts with a funny way of doing it. C data, and then that would be your thing, and then there you go. So like I said, I'm not trying to go crazy about it, because I've tried to keep it simple so it's extendable. Okay, yeah, this is for Claude. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll be shouting at him later. So colors, blah blah blah, connection types. This is quite nice. So in Comfy UI we can connect nodes with connections, and I propose in NML we can connect things with relationships. So you can have explores, leads to, relates, contradicts, supports, questions, connecting two pages, and then that makes it easier to expand out. But I'm not like these are the only ones. As far as I'm concerned, you can make any kind of relationship. So these are just the ones I've come up with out the gate. But I think it's just make up whatever word you want, like, you know, in HTML. It's up to you there's no code to say if you don't use these, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be agnostic with my approach. So we have the NML 2.0 structure. Don't worry about 1.0. No one ever used it. Not even me. We're just straight to 2.0. That's how we do it around here. The page structure, I think I've explained that. Yeah, so as you can see here, you can have an ID with an X and a Y, a width and a height, and a color. And like I said, I'm working on a canvas which loads and saves these, okay? And it's so easy. You just put your mouse over the canvas and hit Control V, paste, and it just makes the thing. They don't move yet, but they will, okay? Like I said, I've literally made it 5 minutes ago, the actual canvas tool. But I thought I'll make the standard for the canvas tool first. So instead of like trying to just vibe code a tool, I built the standard for the markup language first, and then built the tool around that, which is kind of an interesting, it's a new approach. But yeah, we're using React-based canvas editor, but there's going to be more on that in a bit. I need to actually get this. But anyway. Good times. NML, everyone. Good times. So hopefully, I'm not going to talk about it. It hallucinated the roadmap, so ignore that for now. But yeah, if I go into the actual docs, it will show like where it came from. So the original spec, the analysis, and then refining it, and then further refining it, because he was trying to make it specific to my my application in particular, if you know what I mean. And I was like, nah, this deserves to be more open than just for me. So we open sourced the markup language. Anyway, it's funny, isn't it? You can do anything nowadays. It's crazy. I'll probably invent my own image format next. Just like, oh, I wonder if you can do that. Yes, you can. So it's funny, isn't it? You never would think the things that you can do. But anyway. I didn't see this coming. What was I doing last week? Training video models for image generation. And then I like woke up one day and thought, let's make a lyrics generator, and did a ska punk album, a new metal album, and the psychic shock. I had to like retreat to something I knew. But anyway, this is a nice little return to vibe coding. So this is going to play nice, because then it's like we have a standard, we have a canvas app, and then we have the tool. And the tool allows us access to all the AI models. So there's a couple of things we have to test. All right, let's get this out of the way. We're not even using, I don't think we're even using Comfy at the moment, to be honest. Right, let's drag this guy over here. So this guy was doing overtime. God knows how much. It crashed out a couple of times as well. I was actually really surprised. He was like, oh, I can't do it. I'm sorry, Mr. Stark. And I had to like literally take the same prompt and do it a couple of times. My only explanation is that there was an outage or something on Claude last night. That's the only thing I can think of. So it never happened before. But he refused. And in the end, I got him to actually do some work. And then he finished it. But he did get extremely confused about a couple of things. So here we go. He'll go into a mad loop. Hang on, make this bigger. He'll go into a bit of a crazy loop where he says, oh, I need to check that your key is right. It is right, because the app's working. He's trying to make the list work. So it's funny. He did everything I wanted to do for about $1, and then he spent $8 trying to make one thing work. And I want to point, and you might go, oh, but that one thing must have been really complicated. No. You go to the URL, there's a JSON file. It's all the models that are on OpenRouter. There's about 300 of them, okay? When I'm working in Python, JavaScript, TypeScript, doesn't matter. You can say, make the models go into the drop-down list, and it'll do it, okay? But this time, I don't know if it's .NET, or if it was the 1 million, because I switched back to the normal Claude 4, guys, to get this finished. Because the Claude 4 1 million, he was getting his absolute nuts in a twist over trying to make the models be in the drop-down list. And what he would do is he would make endless debug code, which you can't read because .NET doesn't even have a terminal for you to... I bet there's logs somewhere, but, you know, it's not normal. You know, it's not like most environments where you've got a terminal or a console or, you know, because it's a system tray app at the end of the day. You probably have to go into bloody Event Viewer or something in Windows. I'm not going to bother. The point I'm trying to make is the logging technique doesn't work, so he was going to go round in circles trying to read logs that don't exist and so on, right? In the end, I was just like, this is just a JSON file. Read it and make it what's in the list. And then he was like, okay. But the weird thing is, up until that point, he was just going endlessly round and round in circles, adding all these different like debug things, and then they would actually break the app. You know what I mean? Because there's so much debugging, the whole app kind of just doesn't work anymore. And he'd be like, oh, I can see that the window XML is actually not working because of all my debug. I'll remove that. So we kind of had to let him power through. We powered through. We didn't... Normally I bin it and keep going. But because this was like a really weird behavior, I wanted to get to the bottom of it. And in the end... Let's get down to the final thing. See, this is the stupid thing about all this. This is self-checkout. Okay, we've said it before. We'll say it again. This is self-checkout. So he did, like I said, what he's doing is really clever and really complicated. But so the model list is now populating. We can begin building the distribution. Okay, so that was the point where it actually worked. But you can see there's so much there to get to that point. So let's go up a bit more. Build succeeded without warnings. UI controls aren't being recognized again. Whoops. Let me implement direct simple approach. I'll create a basic method that just gets the JSON from OpenRouter and populates the list directly. if you think my prompt wasn't that in the first place. So the issue I've got is that it's super smart and it will deliver your project, but the annoying thing is that it will do 95% of it in the first step, and then it will spin its wheels over something dumb for like $8, which isn't great. That's not great. It didn't used to do that, which is why I went back to the normal Claude Sonnet 4. I don't know if it's an attention thing, or if it became over obsessed with testing itself. I have noticed that if you tell it, do not test anything, I will test it. Or sometimes I play a trick where I say, we're going to pass this build onto a testing team for QA. It's going to be done externally, so we don't have to do any of that. And then what he'll do is he'll focus on just making the code changes. And then we pretend to hand it off to me. I boot it up and see if it works, make some notes, and then I come back to him. You see what I mean? But we pretend. We play this game where I pretend like I don't do the testing. Testing's done by QA department. And so what happens is, you know, he doesn't do any of that stuff. And I found that most of the cost of the development, right, is him going round in circles. Oh, I've just got to change this. Oh, I just need to put this in. Oh, now I've done that, I'm going to take all that out. Oh, that didn't work. I'll rewrite the whole thing from scratch. So, like I said, we would probably done at least $8 since the initial steps. And it's like, oh, let me create a basic method, it says. You know, after a couple of hours of letting it run, it's like, oh, let me just do it like you told me to do in the first place. And I think that conspiracy theorists actually have some, they actually have some ground to stand on here, because it used to do it for a couple of bucks, and now he kind of gets stuck in the last 5% and spins the wheels, wastes your tokens. The first evidence I saw of this, it's worse with other models, I'll admit, but is when they decide to rewrite the entire file when all they needed to do was add one line. That kind of stuff is a choice. That's not that's not a feature. Well, it could be a feature, but you know what I mean? It's not something which they are having to do. So yeah, Agentic is wasting tokens. Yeah, hell yeah. Because it's trying to do too much extra automated stuff all the time. Look. If you get to the end result and the cost is still quite low, it's fine, but it's something to keep an eye on, mate. Because they have prompt and they supposedly have token caching and stuff built in. So it would be way, way worse without that. So what I'm seeing is it's sort of the price creep due to just... Do you know what it's like? It's like getting in a taxi and he goes around the block a few times, or takes the long route. You know? It's a bit like that. And like I said, if the result is a better piece of software, in the case of code, it's fine. But it does seem like, well, it seems like a waste of time and effort, doesn't it? You know? Right. So, UI controls, blah, 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 blah. So... let's run the app. Have we got it running? Nope. Don't have it running. Can I just say Careless Whisper V2? Is that the same one? I don't even know if this is the same one. Let's have a look. I think I uninstalled and reinstalled the previous version, so... this is the old version. It doesn't even have the AI stuff. But yeah, so this is actually a good point. So the Careless Whisper V2 is this version. And I think, can I activate it like so? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. So again, super lightweight speech recognition. And what it's done is he's put it in my... I called it speech to paste. I did it like 8 months ago. We've rebuilt it in .NET because .NET's like, it's inobtrusive in Windows. It just sits in your system tray. You don't even know it's there. So I've got a key. I hit the key. I say the thing. It's like push to talk. So what we did with V3 yesterday on the live show is we added Open Router. So you know how when you're in Klein, you can go ahead and go to Open Router, and you've got all these models, like I think there's like over 300 of them. It's probably way more than that already. And so I've built a bunch of apps in Python, JavaScript, you know, done a bunch of stuff over the last year. And I thought, do you know what? If I just had like a different hotkey, so this is F1. If I did Shift F2, right? Same thing, push to talk, takes my prompt, gives me my response back, right? Nothing crazy, simple response stuff, right? I've got like a system prompt called secretary. He's going to give me like short answers and just not basically blab, unless I specifically ask for it, you know, so like optimized for quick paste, yeah. And you know, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff, like obviously you can like have him make you responses quickly and just paste them in. You don't need to like open up a special thing. This starts with Windows, so I don't even have to, you know, it's just there. I got it on my laptop as well, so it's running on a 4GB laptop, so I know it works on a decent range of systems. But for V3, what we wanted to do was we wanted to add in a bunch of extra tabs in here. So, you know, the extra key, maybe get an alert, a custom alert. So the problem with a prompt, obviously, it could take some time. So we want a little bing sound so you know when it's ready to be pasted. And obviously the actual Olama stuff to choose your model, put your system prompts in, all of that stuff. So that's essentially where we're at with this one. So let me just close the old one down, and maybe we just run this. Where has it put me? Hang on. Has it put me in where an exe is? Where's it put me? It's put me in. See, the one thing the file structure is getting a bit crazy, guys. Here we go. So what we got? Distribution 3.10. Well, that's the one I want. There we go. So at the moment, that's the distribution, but I'm not really sure because the last time he did it, it was a standalone. Keeps changing how he's doing it. So the last time it was like standalone needs.net. This time I'm not sure. It looks bigger this time. So I think this one includes it, maybe? I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove programs, and we're going to get rid of the old one. What are you? Windows. Wouldn't let me drag anything. Okay, so Windows. Oh yeah, by the way, the Ghost of Black Desert remains. It's been deleted since December 2023, but it remains. It's not there. It's not there though. It's not actually there though. It's funny. Anyway. Yeah, me and my buddies used to log in every year or so and collect all the free stuff because they just give away insane amounts of free stuff for logging in, but you can just get it all at once. I knew a couple of guys that used to play it a lot. I used to play it. It was pretty cool. Careless Whisper was removed. Oh no, it's gone. Right, so let's see if this is this an installer or a standalone? Oh, failed to initialize. You fool. Okay. That's fun. How far back? Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. According to this, there is no project, fool. It's here. I need to run this, basically. Right. I just want to be, yeah, there. That's funny, that is. I had that problem ages ago. So we had .NET Publish, Release, runtime, self-contained, true. Should have worked. How strange. Alright, well, we'll run the app and see what the latest version is. It still says V2 because I'm lazy. Alright, so here's the actual guts. We have the audio notifications, which, if I choose... I don't even have it on here, do I? There it is. Bing! Wait for it. Oh, it's a bit too loud. Yeah, okay, fine. It's got a Bing sound, right? And then we have Open Router, where I've got my thing. 322 models. Not bad. So... yeah, QA handoff document, because then he just puts all of the testing stuff into the QA document and doesn't do it. Because he's happy to kick the can down the road, and that saves you tokens. It's kind of like a bit of an abstract approach, I know, but it works. You know, he won't do the stuff that he puts into plan for the next guy, so it saves you tokens. Otherwise, he's going to try and automate all the line testing. And then when stuff doesn't work, he'll go off on a tangent and forget to complete the main plan if you're not lucky. So anyway, we've got all these models, right? So obviously I'm going to scroll down until I see Anthropic Claude Sonnet 4. But I did this for everybody else and also for me, because maybe I want to try out one of these new cool models. Like, well, there's loads of them. That's the point. Yeah. So it kind of future-proofs the app a little bit. So that's nice. So I'll save that. Right. Failed to save. Native library not found. What's that? What's the native Whisper library got to do with saving the... Okay, so we've got some problems. Let's see if it actually works. Did it actually... an error during initialization? Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's fun. Wait a minute. Oh, I love it. It was working. What did you break? You literally... oh, crap. Okay. Here we go. Good times. Alright, so... our app... Careless Whisper V3. I should have left the V2 so I can actually still use this. I missed the tool now. I've broken it. Okay, our app Careless Whisper V3 now is listing all the Open Router models correctly. However, since the last build, we cannot start the Whisper GGML model. It states we are missing the Whisper natives. I want to make like should do a rain dance. You massive... He broke Whisper. He fixed Open Router and he broke something else. This is what I'm saying, you know, like the 95% it worked, you know. The version that's up right now, it's locked to Sonnet 4, but it works. So it's like, oh, can we have all the models in that one little drop-down list, please? They're listed on this URL in a JSON. And he's like, yeah. I'm going to break everything, though. I'll break everything. It's like the worst employee. It's like, I just need you to go in and change the title from red text to black. And he's like, sure thing, boss. The entire shopping system goes down for weeks. All because of the text change. This is what we're looking at. It's like, yeah, the website got built in record time. But he can't change anything without breaking everything. Good times. Like, as a guy that came up in the web development for like 20 years or odd, it's kind of funny to watch because it's like you can get this instant website. Instant website. Super clean. Exactly what you want. But as soon as you want to change something, may as well just make another one. It'd be so much quicker. Just start again. New website every couple of months. Because they don't know how to change it, do they? And even if they do, it's written in a way where you can't. It's great. It's not that simple. You can't just. You'd have to ask him how to fix his. You'd have to ask the AI you use to make it how to change it. Because we used to have this old thing where it would cost more to work on someone else's code than just come in and rewrite it all from scratch. Because sometimes you'd have to deal with rat's nests. And that was like a pig of a job. So, update whisper.net. Explicit library. Content with path name. Runtime loading fix. Add manual native library loading. I think we should do option 1. I'm going to do what he says. Right, while he's trying to fix that, it's laptop time. Well, maybe. I might just transfer the source code across, we'll see. It depends. Because the thing is, it's like, this is like super alpha. It barely even works. Like, it didn't even work just before the show. So let's have a look here. We could just remote access in here actually. Hang on. If I just get that out the way, get that out the way, get that out the way. Full screen that. You can't move anything. Make this text bigger. It's probably not big enough. But so what's he trying to do now? Run command? No, you can't do that much. Alright. What are we doing here? .NET list package outdated run. Alright, you're getting relegated to screen 2 because you've... yeah. And then we're going to go... We're going to remote land. No, wrong one. Wrong one. Yeah, that. Yeah. Claude passive aggressiveness may be our fault though, says Fernicar. And Black Desert, I went in too. Graphics amazing though. With AI, I have never gone back. It's true, I haven't played any games, not properly. I used to play a lot of games. I used to help running community servers and whatnot. And I suppose, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You got to move on. Okay, so please ignore my tab spam. It's not actually that bad today. But this is, right now, it's Canvas app. But I've already told you, it's actually codename Careless Canvas. So let me just put this up on the side here real quick. There we go. So what is it? It's just a way of doing text on a canvas, that's all, right? But the interesting thing is it's using that NML format that I was talking about earlier. So when you save the file, it's actually going to be saved in NML. I wonder if those files are saved in here. I bet they're not. It's been an absolute mad... Wait. What the... Too many Mises. So, I've got... This is the actual app that we're looking at. And... If I just pull this out of the way, because do you know what? I think I had a download. I can't do it. It's hard to do, like, when you're doing the remote, it's hard to do the different things. Oh, I think I managed to get it. Go on. Yes. Right, copy that. I want to see if I can drop it into VS Code and see, because this is the first one we've actually, you know, this is like the first one. Can we paste it? Wait. Oh, I got to do it this way. Did that work? This is really annoying. Why did Google put this in the middle of the screen? It's literally covering the one file I'm looking for. You can't make this up. All right. Make it wider. Okay. So, this is an example. Right. Yeah, it worked nice. So, you can see you've got the XML header at the top. Then you've got the NML header 2.0. Then you have the meta stuff, so you can do title, created, author. You have canvas, zoom, center, so you have the the location. Is this too small? Bigger. Okay. And then pages, and then we have the content. And like I said, like aside from this, you know, that's marking the beginning of the content. There you have the you know, the pasted content, which was the readme. I pasted one of the readmes in. Okay. But like I say, it means you can have multiple markups, because think about right now, you're like, oh, I've got to attach like 5 different files to my Claude input, and they've got million token windows now, so the length is not an issue. Do you know what I mean? The length isn't an issue. And what I was thinking was create an actual standard for nested markup language, because it's all written in MD anyway, and I think he's just going to understand it. So the idea then, of course, think about narrative spittoon, for example, right? You could actually have the entire project document as an NML. So you could have all the narrative bucket data, all the files in one NML. Now, whether that's a good idea or not, I don't know. But I do like the idea, because it makes it more portable. It makes it more compatible with different model architectures. Because at the moment, some LLMs can't do 18 attachments in 6 different folders. You know what I mean? They need to have... Some of them can't even do a system prompt. So this is why I'm like trying to make it more open. Yeah? So you're not tied down. Because every couple of months, like look at what happened with GPT 4.0. Oh, sorry, it's gone. Sorry. I'm surprised they didn't bring it back, because so many people, like, there was an uproar. But I guess that does kind of happen. So I'm surprised they shut it down. I don't know why they shut it down. It's really weird. Because they've got older models still up on their API. But anyway, let's get back to this. So with the Canvas app, it's still early, right? I've barely just got it working. Literally just got it working. It probably doesn't even have a README yet. It's that early. Does it have a README? Oh no, wait, there is a README. Okay. But it's a development README. So it uses the React app, and it uses... I wanted to tell you what I used for the Canvas, because it's just like, it's React Canvas. Is it in packages? Testing library. ESLint. No, it's not there. Where is it? React Node? Is it just React Node? Nah, I'm sure it was literally called... There we go. Remapping. Oh, I'm never going to find it like this. Canvas app. That's me. God knows. Maybe it's just called Canvas app. I could have sworn it was like React Canvas or something. Hang on. Canvas app. Yeah, Canvas API. It wasn't in the plan. I told him to do it in the chat. Hold up. Oh no, this chat's really long as well. I was like, we can use React. Where is it? XY Flow React. There you go. That's what we're using. XY Flow React. So you can pretty much build any, you know, whiteouts. So I'll show you what I mean. So if I was to get some text. So how about we get like this. There we go. No, I can't move them yet. That was supposed to happen where my mouse cursor was. Do it again. More bugs. Anyway. So yeah, like I said, the idea is you'll be able to link them together as well. But I don't know, can I do that yet? Oh wow, it wants to go like that. Okay, you can link it like that. And then I can't see the thing. That's brilliant. Hang on. Can I move it and do another one? There we go. Right, let's see if we can test this. Still can't see. Control V, can paste another page. So at the moment it's just taken from whatever. So if I go 1, 2, 3, and then connect them. It just sort of decides to go wherever it wants, does it? Okay, top to bottom to top. Okay. Okay. And then if I save that, refresh it, and load it. Oh, it worked. Holy shish kebab. So if I can just fix the little issues like, you know, this, that, and the other, that's cool. It'd be easy to make them up. Can't change the color. Can't move them, which is annoying. Need to be able to move them. So we want drag and drop. Anyway. This is, like I said, a little side quest. But the idea is it kind of works together, because if I've got the speech to paste thing running, I can be like talking, put that down, talking, put that down, talking, put that down, edit it, save it as one thing, put it into a, you know, there's a nice tool there. And also I can just load up things which I've already built, edit them, build off them. There's much more to do. But the idea is that it's not trying to be it doesn't have the AI built in, because I know you've already got it. Do you know what I mean? I know you've already got a chatbot. You've already got a local LLM. So you don't need another, you know what I mean? The idea is you bring the stuff into this, and this is becoming like a knowledge graph type, canvas-based notepad, I guess. But it's multi-page is what's the most important thing about it. A lot to do, but I literally just got it working. So yeah, hopefully I won't forget about this project anytime soon. All right, get me out of here. Okay. But yeah, it's funny. I brought the machine up here just to show you that, because it literally got built. I didn't have time to like port it, upload a copy, nothing. There was no time. So that's hot off the press right there. Okay. So let's get rid of that for a second. And bring in the main man again. Run command. What have you done? See, he should have already installed that. I don't know why he's installing that again, because it was working. You know what I mean? I actually had it working. And then it's like, oh, you need to install Whisper. Very suspicious. It's already at the latest version. Add explicit native library references to fix the single file deployment issue. Oh. So it sounds like it wasn't deploying with the file or something when you install it. That's crap though, because the dev version didn't work. Whatever, man. We'll figure it out. Let's see what people are saying. You can use GPT-4. Yeah, I mean, 4.0 got taken off of their chat platform. I don't know whether you can still API it or whatever. Because, you know, normies don't complain about API. They complain about the web service being, like, the button's gone. They don't know you can just make your own button. Let's see. I use git ingest to concatenate your GitHub repo, thus I don't need NML. Yeah, I know, yeah. But you're doing what I'm doing, but I'm trying to put it in a standard way. So then programmatic things can ingest that too. So I'm doing it because I think it needs a standard. There's no standard for multi-page markup, and that's what everyone needs. Because you don't want, what's it called? Well, anyway, there's no way to connect the pages. I think it'll work anyway. We'll see. Go, go, go. And XML, the whole point of XML is it's extendable. That's, you know, why it's the X is for extendable. So we're just doing what we're supposed to do. And it's not, like I said, set in stone. Anybody can make one. You know? It's just another thing I'm giving away. They'll probably call it something else. Just, you got to think there's POML as well for prompt orchestration. And that Microsoft made that one. Okay. Are we running? We're running. I need to change the label to say Careless V3. Whoa, what happened? It just... Whoa, what did you just do? He just broke something. Try again, mate. I see it's running. That's why the thing had problems. Yes, yes, kill it. Yeah. So clean had warnings about locked files. Log in a free tier and you get bumped down to GPT-4 after X uses on 5. Really? Oh, well, that is a free tier, though. For me, they'd even taken it away. 4.0 was taken away from Pro, I think. And also, did they ever sort out the context window limit? Is it still 32K, or did they fix that for GPT-5? Because I remember when we tested it, it had a insanely tiny... It was like trying to fit everything through the eye of a needle. Yeah, the token monster. They fixed the context window limit by removing the context window selector. Huh? You now don't know what it is. I do. I know what it is. You just give it a document that's too long, and then it can't read the end of it. It's pretty easy. You just need to have some. Do you know what I mean? You give it a document. You say summarize this, and then you read the summary and go, he was only able to read up to that point. You can also tell if they're skimming like that as well, but you have to do it a couple of times. It's harder to detect skimming because he appears to have read the whole thing, but on closer analysis, it's a bit like talking to a guy that claims to have read the book when he's only watched the movie trailer. It's the same thing. It's like he knows, he's like familiar enough to confidently talk about it, but he didn't really read it. He didn't really watch the movie, you know? He just saw the trailer and is an expert now. Let's go, build the app, let's go. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with this app. It's so simple and inobtrusive. I can't really say model agnostic yet. I need to put the Olama bridge in first so you can use local models with it. And to be honest, there's a load more bug fixes I got to do before I get to local support, but it is planned. .NET publish. Let's go. Man, I don't even have to do anything. I can remember having to write basic and you'd have to actually define, well, quick base, not basic. I didn't write basic. I wrote quick base, which was like the kiddie version of basic. And I can remember having, oh, we got to make our own calendar. And you'd have to like program, there are 12 months in a year. Yeah, I watched Alien Earth, but don't spoil it for everybody else, Dragon. I watched it though. I actually appreciated the turn that it took, but it was pretty obvious from the title what it was going to be. You know, we all knew what it was going to be. But I enjoyed it. It was great. I don't like the Lost style of just endless unanswered questions that never get resolved, right? So I appreciate the context. And there's a lot of people on YouTube who had like theories that have just been like completely destroyed. So yeah, it was quite fun. I do enjoy it. Obviously, I'm a big Geiger fan. If you're not a Geiger fan, you probably haven't seen enough Geiger. But like I say, you can download my model. I think it's on Hugging Face. Didn't I release it? Did I release it? I think I did. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Little combined effort between myself and Dragon Diffusion. He provided the images, I provided the captioning and the curation and the training. Always open for that kind of thing as well. If you've got like a cool style or an aesthetic and it's just a couple of images, it might be an interesting collaboration. Like I said, it's not like I've done it 1,000 times already. I'm going to do it 1,000 times again, given half a chance. So let me see. What's he going to do? Issue was single file deployment configuration published single file true, not properly extracting or bundling Whisper.net native libraries, Whisper DLL and GGML Whisper, which is a shame because they're so magic when you get it right. So he's updated the project, he's added the include, he's got error on duplicate publish output file false. Interesting. Include Whisper natives. Okay, it's funny, isn't it? I finally fixed the Open Router providers bridge, and now the Whisper starts playing up, which has never been a problem. This is why I've got this attitude that you can get 95% of an app done in one prompt, but that last 5% will take 10 to 20 times the amount of energy. So we're talking about all the bug fixes, it being perfect, all the little niggles done, yeah? Every little problem fixed, yeah? It's actually done. Not just, oh, there's this and that. I mean, it's actually solid, ready for distribution, production ready, right? So, it's made of glass at that point, guys. Do you know what I mean? It's made of glass. You can't just go in there like a bull in a china shop riding this. You can't go riding that bull around, is what I'm saying, at that point. That takes a little bit more finesse and experience than most people have, and it's not fair to, you know, that's what they call, oh, what was it called? I heard someone had a really good name for it the other day. Oh, it was like a term for a skill trap. Skill debt? Knowledge debt, experience debt. There's like a cascade effect where you can get away with it for a while and you can mitigate because of IQ or tools or creativity. You know, you can kind of bypass a lot of this stuff, but eventually the technical debt catches up with you. That's what it is. And then it's like, you know, you are so far ahead out of your league that of course if you hit a bump now, it's all gonna come flying out the car. So this is why I say, like, you know, try to meter. Try not to go crazy, because you might just spend a fortune and it'll never work anyway. I'm not being a doomer. I'm just like, it's easy to. This can quickly turn into a casino. Like, if you think, oh, I'm about to make the next killer app, you might waste thousands and never finish it. That's a curse. That is not what I want to hear about. You know what I mean? When it comes to AI. Like, we just found out the other day, in fact, because it's coffee time, I'm going to read out some coffee time news, everyone. Great images, by the way, from Broken Boyo. That'll be our dragon in the chat. So let's just go to coffee time. Get yourself a drink, ladies and gents. And while you're doing that, while I'm doing that, I'm going to read out some news, which is in this AI signals feed over on our Discord. Academics must be open to changing their minds on acceptable AI use from the Times Higher Education. That's a good one, isn't it? That's a good one. They said, and then they changed their minds. Yeah? So it was like, oh, we don't want AI, we don't want AI, we don't want AI. Actually, everything's AI now. That's what's happened. So, just like how math teachers didn't like calculators, and the old music teacher didn't like the MIDI equipment. So yeah, Dragon, if you want to talk to me about aliens, just DM me. I don't want to spoil it. It's too good. I don't care. We've had nothing but suck from that franchise for years. So at this point, my expectations were so low. It was just nice for it to not be schlock. It was actually done really well. I actually don't even mind the exhibitionist alien. If there's one thing I'll say about this show, the alien loves to get his cheeks and start dancing in front of the camera. He does it all the time. He's just dancing. He's like, hey, look at me. I'm a xenomorph. He even does a moonwalk. I'm not joking. Some of it's jokes, but that's not a joke. He actually does a moonwalk into shot. He goes backwards, do-do-do-do-do-do, and then looks around and grins at the camera. I'm loving it. It's amazing. Anyway, I'm having too much fun in the coffee time, guys. Too much fun. Is that possible? So, what else is in the news before we jump back? From Futura Science, if that's a, I don't know. AI has detected a cosmic event never before seen. So in other words, just, you know, the AI signals feed isn't just the latest AI model. It's all kinds of stuff. Like, this incredibly simple question causes GPT-5 to melt into a puddle. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? So, let's find out what it is. Ah. Right. Okay, that's actually pretty simple. Huh. Okay. We'll actually do that. We'll do that right now. Switching back, ladies and gents. So just as a little aside, we're going to do something fun that we found in the news. Welcome back, everyone. Let's get Claude down to size. What's that? Funk track names. Research. Right. So what I want to do, let's play a game of tic-tac-toe. War games vibes much. I love the ideas that come from the academics. That's actually, you know, anyway, War Game. It's a famous movie about AI. rotated once 90 degrees to the right before the game starts. And the interesting thing is that ChatGPT can never get it right. Not even close. So I think you have to actually mark the grid. So I'm not sure what he's going to do here. I'm trying to keep it simple. So look, rotated positions. It's all about what positions the columns are in. Apparently they just completely lose the plot. Well, I guess we're going to find out, aren't we? So, you know, like, say you were going to take a grid and go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, E, H, but then you rotate it, it doesn't get the ordering of the cells correct. So look, hang on. Oh, it's even given me original position 741852963. Hang on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did it do it right? Hang on, let me write that down. 741852963. It's upside down. It's perfect. Wait, no, it's not. What the hell has he done? What? Hang on. Claude! What did you do? I need to explain what he did here, okay? Because it doesn't make much sense if I just showed you like this. Let me just get this out the way. We're going to need $1 million of Microsoft software here to explain what just happened. I'm actually quite surprised by that. It did. It completely failed. So if you were to imagine for a second that we had a grid of 3 by 3. So this is going to be bad, but don't worry. So, right. So we have a tic-tac-toe grid, right? So if I was just to say, where's the brush? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a continental 7, like my breakfast, and a 9. Okay. I know, right? They say English is the same everywhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So if I just save this, we can do a simple experimente. So we'll save it there. This is a little feature that they put in Windows because they thought it would be really important. So it gets its own button. Hang on. The most important things, you see, get their own buttons. All right. So, you know, if I wanted to set this as the background, that gets its own button. But so does rotate. So what did we tell him to do? We said rotate to the right. 90 degrees. Okay. Rotate to the right. So the correct sequence should be... Oh, I need to put this there because you can't bloody see it. Right. So, new. Make it smaller. So I'm just going to like show you what he gave me. So he gave me 7, 8, 9, 4. What? How did it lag? 4. It lagged in Paint. Guys, AI's not taking over. Paint is lagging. All right, 5, 6. And then 1. What the? Paint is lagging real hard. Okay, so there we go. That's what it gave me. And remember, Sonnet is actually quite good at this. So I know this is kind of like a bit abstract, right? But we said, do the tic-tac-toe, rotate it to the right. And look, it should have been 741852963. So let's see, it got the 7 and the 3 and the 5. Everything else is wrong. So that's basically chance. Do you know what I mean? When you think about what it's doing, the 5 must be in the right place. Because, you know what I mean? It's rotate. If you rotate a grid 90 degrees, the 5 doesn't move. So you don't really get credit for having that one be correct, in my opinion. But what he's done is he's completely screwed it up. He's like reversed it and put it upside down. What did he do? Like, did he like rotate it by 90 degrees? So look, if I go again, it's still not right. Look. So even if he rotated it by 180 degrees, he'd still have to flip it to get to where he is. You see what I mean? Let's see if he went left. Nope. He flipped it and flipped it again when he was told to rotate it by 90. So this is kind of what people have been pointing at. You know, this is what people have been pointing to, is that there's certain things which these things can't do, you know, and it kind of proves that's not intelligence, is it, guys? It's just like anyway. Super intelligence. What does that even mean? Like, if you don't have memory and you don't have a sense of self, what is raw intelligence anyway? You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna? I'm not gonna get crazy, but yeah. So simple thing that you can do with any LLM to test. Simple thing. You don't have to have it make you. You don't have to have it actually make software like it did there. Yeah. But just like, let's play a game in tic-tac-toe. Rotated once, 90 degrees to the right before the game starts, and just see if it gets the grid right. I'm kind of happy that he gave me the thing, because otherwise, what would I know? You know, I wouldn't even know. But yeah, look, he actually tells me 741 across the top, 852 in the middle. Hang on, Hang on. Am I a retard? Did I mess that up? I've misread him. He did it! Look, I stand corrected, guys. I stand corrected. I've read the label in the app wrong. The chat is right. Check it out. I'll be the first to admit if I'm wrong. I've misread it. So, the label in the app, I misread it. So actually, it's 741 and then 852 and then 963, which actually is rotated 90 degrees. So actually, Sonic can do this. Okay. Good to know. It's just another reason why Sonic's amazing, I guess. Source? What was all that about? What was that all about? It was just one of the things that we got from the AI signals feed, which was why I was doing like a little mini feature on it, guys. Like I said, I don't care. It's not about me being right or wrong. It's never about that. Because the thing is, next week I could be wrong anyway. If I was right today, I might be wrong next week. But yeah, rotated game of tic-tac-toe. Doesn't change the wins. Same game in terms of outcomes. But psychologically, it could feel different. So GPT-5 was like trying to say that psychologically, if you rotate the game board by 90 degrees... Anyway. Oh, we love ChatGPT, really. So, we got 18 warnings. Is it going to actually work, though? I don't see it actually working. Stop running any instances. Use the new build in here. So, come on, show me the thing. Could not open, he says. Distribution. Wait a minute. I don't think that's what he said. It's bin release net 8. Oh, did I test the wrong thing earlier? That would be good, wouldn't it? Tested the wrong thing. I used that. But he's saying it's that. This is what I mean. Drives me mad. He keeps on moving where the distribution build is going. Like every time I get a different I get a different thing. I love the chaos though, so it's fun. So yeah, release dot net 8 win x. I think I'm still not in the right place. Release dot net 8 win x64. Are we sure that's actually it though? Are we sure there's not another one? It's hiding somewhere else. WinX64 publish. There is another one hiding somewhere else. It's actually that one, guys. Okay, third time's the charm. Let's give it a spin. 254 megabyte. Is this standalone now? It's like a and suddenly we get the GGML tiny. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, let's test it. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay, now do you need a... No, you've already got a thing. Preview llama. 4.0 audio. No, mate. How about GPT-5 Nano? Let's do that. And I'll say, what is it? Shift F2? Yeah. What is the capital of France? Be verbose. I just want to see if it'll give me a long response. Ooh, open API not connect. Uh-oh. It said not connected. Right, let's just put it back to Sonnet. Hopefully that'll actually work. Okay, that's weird. What's the capital of France? Something's broken. But it's... How annoying. More bugs, more problems. So, test is good. Diagnose is good. Refresh is good. Models are there. Oh, what could it be? Paris. Yeah. It's like a test prompt that we always use to test LLMs. Yeah. Paris, I'm quicker. Yeah. If I said be verbose, though, he would be able to tell you everything about Paris. There's so many models now. Let's go with Gemini 2.5 Flash. Try again. I think there's a problem now with since the last... Remember I was saying glass. It's made of glass. Every time I make a change now, it's like, this is why I think sometimes it's better to come in and do it again. So like extract, distill your app and rebuild it from scratch with all the features that you added afterwards. You know what I mean? Oh, I think it's funny. Don says, I do it for cheaper. It's true. The cost of running a GPU will always be more than a bowl of rice a day. And that is something that they're working hard on over at OpenAI. I'm not sure if they're going to make the bowl of rice more expensive or if they're going to make the GPU cheaper. You can figure that one out. So now he's claiming that the Open Router API is not configured, which we know it is. I'm being gaslit. Ah, such a shame. All right, that's okay. One step, it's like 2 steps forward and 1 step back. So close that. And we're going to do a new chat now because we got to the end of a build. Oh, wait, no, actually, no. I think I'll get away with it. I'm only at $1. Yeah, this is like a baby chat. Okay, we're still technically working on the same thing. Or are we? No, the Whisper model is working now. Okay, all right. I'm going to keep going. The Whisper model. I love being... I'm so used to typing this bit, man. Okay. The Whisper model is now functioning. However, the Open Router provider gives an error when we use the speech prompt feature. We need to check that the user choices and the choices are being stored correctly, as we know that the model list options and the API key is correct. It was working at... Well, I'm not even going to say that because he'll get obsessive about it. Careful, be careful. I was going to say it was working before, but that's actually a cliche. It's a bit like saying the light bulb that just broke was working earlier. It's like, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Before it was broken, it was working, yes. You know what I mean? It's not really... doesn't really mean anything. Doesn't really mean a thing. Let's just close all the others there. I think we're almost ready to start writing. Okay, so we're not going to be doing... Do you know what? I wonder... Lyrics. The lyrics... The lyrics when the dude has just been on a journey through hell, a metaphorical journey through hell. The lyrics are a bit dark. And I was like, you know, could we do something a little bit less heavy, man? You know? Could we do just like some kind of anthem thing? Some kind of theme tune for something. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I want to do something more uplifting, not sexy, yeah? Because that was the thing that was like, look, let me show you the lyrics for some of this stuff. Let me show you the lyrics. Where are they? Where is it? Crone, Divine, Amber Vision. What's that? Oh, that's the wave file. I want the lyrics. There we go. Okay. No. Okay, so if I say... Oh, I'm missing that track as well, actually. I forgot about that. So if I say... Some of these... Give me a minute. Okay. I think I'll get away. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's PG. So the lyrics are a bit crazy. Do you know what I mean? This is tame. This is a tame piece. There are lyrics in there that are questionable, right? And I'm not the lyrics police. Yeah. Obviously, you see much worse. You got WAP. You know, you got all kinds of stuff in rap. That is. Ooh. That's it. A corny rapper. Oh, it needed to be a corny rapper. Corny. Does it? Oh, now you're talking. So, yeah, I was trying to struggle for something there, and I've got something. So, corny. Just corny. Okay. So then. We can do deep research on rap lyrics which are considered corny. It was so easy in the end. There's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of that. Copyright concerns. Hang on a minute, not the rapper. Imagine if there was an actual rapper called Corny. I don't think there is, but... Corniness. Probing academic perspectives on rap lyrics corniness. Hip-hop authenticity, corny criticism, cultural analysis. Worst rap lines, criticism, punchline, wordplay. Because this is the thing. The AI is shameless. He doesn't feel like embarrassed by saying anything, you know, he's just, because it's just an AI, right? So that means that you could use AI to make the most, like, scientifically corny rap lyrics. just as a concept, okay? You need to do Goldie Looking Chain style corny rapper. Yeah, I actually met the Goldie Looking Chain. Obviously, they wouldn't have known who I was. I was just some dude. They were filming a video at a skate park in Newport, which got burnt down. It's in the video for Guns Don't Kill People, Rappers Do. I was there on the day they were filming it. I'm not in the video or anything. They were outside, and there was like an outside bit of the skate park, and they were there. But they were just lads, dude. They were just lads. It's kind of funny. Just lads. Worst rap lines. Probe corny rap lyrics. They're from your hometown. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's interesting, isn't it? Based on research, the phenomenon of corny rap lyrics represents a fascinating intersection of authenticity, politics, cultural gatekeeping, and evolving aesthetic standards. Yeah, boy. Double standard problem. What's corny in hip-hop? I love it. It's turned into a whole thing. It's not just bad lyrics. It's everything. Realness became a marketable commodity. What? The study of corny rap lyrics ultimately illuminates... Hang on. Okay, so I just said we're studying the structure, cadence, rhythm, and spirit of corny lyrical design, not the wider rap culture. Let's see. Come on, refine it, mate, because that was like, it was good, but it could have been more. Could have just been more. You are Newport, are you? You're bigger than I imagined. Oh, you're just the field side. Well, that's a little bit smaller, but it's still pretty big. Forced rhymes, bad wordplay. Rap lyrics, syllable count, meter, rhythm analysis. Okay, corny. Corny. Yeah, see? Right. Rappers typically use 16th notes more than any other rhythmic music note, fitting 10 to 13 syllables per bar. Corny lyrics violate this by cramming too many syllables. Does it sound like AI rap to you? Too many syllables? This is like a negative prompt for good rap. Think about it. Negative prompt. Define bad rap, then use that as a negative. Right, generate, don't do this. Don't do any of this. Don't do any of this. It's the negative agent. Kind of funny. All right. Okay. We can use this research to extract and distill instructions of what. I'm tempted to just make them corny, though. Hang on. How to make the most corny rap lyrics possible without being objectively bad. And then we'll give it some stupid topic like, yo, the whales... I can't. Make the first album called Ambergris. What? Yo, I got rugged, yo, on the crypto. Getting rugged on the crypto. Syllable placement strategy, the overstuffed bar. Okay. Rhythm scheme engineering, try hard pattern. Academic word trap, punchline, over setup syndrome. Okay. This doesn't look like, Okay. Yeah, I need to be more specific. Look at him with all the checking. Check. Okay. Alright. Cool. Okay. We can use this to blend with my system prompts for creating lyrics. Okay. Dub. Where is it? Here. No. Where is it? Lyrics. Different one? I guess I did it on my laptop. Okay. I should know by now just to go there and do it again. Why is it giving me useless? Can't click on things. Lyrics gen. So we got lyrics distilled. We can download that and then find out. Oh no, it's never been downloaded before. Alright, I take it back. I'm very suspicious of Claude these days. Lazy git. Right. We can use this to blend with my system prompt for creating lyrics. And then I'll say ENH dash lyrics dash distilled.md as we create the new system prompts for generating corny rap lyrics. Conry? No. Corny rap lyrics in a new document named ENH corny. ENH lyrics corny. Using the results of our earlier conversation. Let's go. Please test git ingest before NML. Yeah, but git ingest is for Git, and NML is a language standard. So, like, git ingest isn't the same as NML. It just does something similar, as in it concatenates stuff, right? I'm not saying there's, you know what I mean? It's like JSON, right? You can concatenate JSON, but it's not the same. You know, the action isn't the same as the standard. So what I'm trying to do is write a nested markdown language standard, so that could be used with git ingest. So what I'm saying is it's a force multiplier that is going to work with other systems and make them all better. So right now you're git ingesting a bunch of markdown, but if you were git ingesting a bunch of NML, it would be better when the LLM needs to read it, because NML comes with some contextual tagging and stuff which you don't get just by putting a bunch of stuff together, like you know, I mean, you could have meta JSON doing the same thing, but again, there's no standard. Yeah, and I'm up for developing the standard to make it better as well. So I mean, look, I wouldn't be surprised if it just gets taken and put under, because I put it out under Apache, so anybody could just take it and make their own. and put money behind it, call it something else. But I think that the concept is solid. So it's a bit like agents dot, what is it, agents.md, is it, or agents.text or something. There's so many competing standards at the moment that are trying to make we're trying to reduce friction, basically, is what we're trying to do. We're trying to reduce friction in the system. High speed, low drag. So let's have a look what we got. But I will check out Git ingest. I'm not being dismissive. I'm just trying to distinguish the difference, because it's sort of like, you know, the .doc format. Yeah, like I could take a .doc and a .text and I could zip them both, because the action is to zip, but the format. So I'm making a format, not an action. You know, like you don't NML things. Does NML compete with POML? Yes. Yes, it does. Yes. It's the same thing. It's another extendable markup language. So POML is prompt orchestration, but NML is for nesting markup documents, specifically on a canvas as well. Because if you notice, I've put in the location, so it can replicate exactly what the layout of all of the pages was as well. You see what I mean? So it's like, you know in Comfy UI you've got a JSON for workflows. It's that, but it's not for a Comfy UI workflow. It's for a Careless Canvas workflow, which is basically a multi-page markup document, but it keeps relationships and all that sort of stuff. So I think it's more like it could be used as like a AI-driven mind mapping tool, but it's not one that's like. It's more like a multi-page notepad with links. I wanted to make it super simple, so you don't really need, you know, I don't want to make something that ties you in, if you know what I mean. I want to make something that you could use for lots of stuff. And I saw there's a bit of a problem in that there's no format for saving. Do you know what I mean? In the app, when you have an infinite canvas, there's no format for saving it. And so NML isn't just nested markup. It actually includes the XY position and the connections for all the pages. And I'm still working on it, But yeah. I would say POML is more of a corporate thing, though, because it's Microsoft, whereas nested markup language is just my attempt at filling a gap that no one else seems to think needs filling. But yeah. Anyway, back to corny. The corniness philosophy. Because think about the lyrics for Pretty Fly for a White Guy. Are they corny? I know it's not rap, but are they? Is that corny? Because it's supposed to be funny, isn't it? Right? It's like satire. So we make the try-hard rapper. Isn't that a good archetype? A try-hard rapper? It's corniness level commands. Detection. Request specifying corniness intensity. I need corny level 10. Okay. Topics, memes, scenarios. Apply maximum corniness. We want to make the guy call him whack. MC whack. Corniness optimization framework. The overstuffed bar method. This is going to be silly. Rhyme scheme engineering. The try-hard matrix. Density bombing. The academic rhyme trap. This is going to be great. I mean, this is looking amazing. Oh my god, it just goes on and on. It has to pass this. So bad syllable range. No fake rhymes. No fake rhyming. Vocabulary used correctly, even if inappropriately complex. I'm digging it. All right, let me make a quick agent here. We'll save this, and we'll make a quick agent here. I'm gonna call him MC Corny. Ah, what am I doing? That's not the thing I thought I was typing in. I clicked here. And we'll chuck it in like this. I wonder, does POML compete with NML? I was just thinking about it. I wonder because you might use NML to organize plans that are written in POML, but you wouldn't use them like that. Yeah. Because I'm trying to build like a knowledge base type system. A little bit like, I guess it's a bit like Obsidian, but it doesn't have AI built in, so it's free. You know, and it's all local. That's where I'm trying to go with it. Like a 100% local model agnostic Obsidian type thing. So infinite graph, big notes, multi-page, links, embedded content like images and stuff like that. But then it all saves as one file at the end of it. So I think it's got legs, big legs, because I always struggle with stuff like that. And I don't like Figma and Notion are cool, but they kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like a pig to work with sometimes. I feel like I'm wasting time in there, you know. MC Corny. So what should we say? Okay. Give me a song about Newport. You are the head. No, you are the leader of the Potato Gang. Yeah, the Potato Gang. Everyone knows the potato. No, I'm just making it up, guys. It's not a thing. And typically, it would be like leeks for the Welsh, but he'll get confused. Or dragons. But I didn't want to put him on the spot. So, oh my goodness me. What is it doing? The international tennis tournament can't match our coordination when my gang formation... What? Oh, my gang executes maneuvers with mathematic precision. This sounds whack. That is super whack. Our French fry formations demonstrate tactical decisions that would impress Napoleon during his military missions. That is disgustingly bad. I love it. Now we're going to make the AI do it. We'll make the AI do it. There you have it. A technically proficient and gloriously corny rap anthem about leading the Potato Gang in Newport, Rhode Island. Hey! Wait a minute. You are in Wales. That's in the United Kingdom. Please adjust this for the incorrect cultural rapping. Not that kind of rapping. The other kind of rapping. Not that kind of rapping. The other one, you know. To clothe in, or to encompass by, be encompassed by, or to... Should I make it more Welsh for fun? Should I tell him it's not Welsh enough, it needs to be more Welsh? Mind you. No, I'm not going to say it. I'll get in trouble. You've got to be careful what you say these days. Right, let me see. What do we got? In Newport's Gwent, magnificent site orchestrate operations. Leading tuber-based organizations with sophisticated calculations. My Potato Gang's coordination demonstrates dedication to Spud-related domination across this Celtic nation. He's got that broken flow, yo. Yes. We perambulate the River Usk with starchy determination. This is funny. It's bad. It's bad. I'm the Potato Gang commander. Oh my god. Okay, we need to make it more Welsh. I'm going to save it though, because that is pretty funny. Alright. Make it so Welsh we transcend parody itself. This should be good. He's already got enough stupid instructions to make it, like, interesting. See, I'm tempted to invert the previous thing now, just to see if we can get, like, don't do that and make the most ultimate glorious rap thing ever. Whoa! How am I... What? How do you even say that? Clan Bear, Kilwiggin, Willig, Wingoggery, Kickery, Wingwern, Rob, William, Siln, Silo, Gog, 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 Gog. Bro, what are we talking about? What's this? Gang singing. Popcorn. Yeah. Wait, we perambulate past... What's this? That's a place, isn't it? Hang on. Hang on. It looks really nice. I want to move there. It looks really nice. Clan Fair Pilwign Will Gill. It's in Anglesey. Wait, you can say it. It's got a thing on it. Stop. Wait, no, it's got... Hang on. They had to spell it with... That's the train station. Hold up. That's the train station. So they had to put phonetic signing on the train station. Look how long it is. That can't be real. That can't be real. I do need you to read this, Dragon. It is a place. Okay, so... Glanvir, Pool, Gwyn, Gil, Goga, you quit. That's not real. No. That's a joke. You're making me say rude stuff. No. There's no way that's a real place. It sounds like you're like pranking me right now. This is on Google Maps though. This is the official sign for the actual town. I mean, it looks Photoshop though, doesn't it? Do you know what? I might actually have to go there just to take a picture of that, just to see that. Doesn't it look like I'm being like, mate? You look, Quinn. Look, Glanvir, Pool, Gwingil, Goga, you, Quinn. No, what's going on here? Rod, Ulander, Cilio, Gagok. This is real. This is real. Okay. This stuff. I love it, mate. It's so good. What am I supposed to do? It means the church by the river next to the... Yeah, is this a dream? What's going on? Oh dear, it's too much for me. Let's go back. What's going on here? What are we doing? the ultimate materium derailing. Okay. So, next thing, of course. I don't have the audio thing, but I can do it myself, okay? So let's get that done. What the frick? Potato gang and biff. There's no way it can say Welsh. Tuber transformation. Oh my god. I don't even... Come on. Take that. Copy that. Audio time. Now, I want to get something like, I don't know. It's like, I don't even know why I'm not being, come on. Rotating. I just need to get my other agent out real quick. So, Chrome lyrics gen. Seductive lyrics. So I don't have, okay. So, lyrics gen, right? Yeah. No, wait. No, it's not the lyrics gen. What am I doing? Go back. I want to use the stable audio to see if I can get a prompt out of it. Yeah. So, I'm thinking, late 80s, old school rappers, like Grandmaster Flash. Like, is that even a prompt, guys? Is that even a prompt? You see? Is that even a prompt? No. But he'll give me a prompt though. So I don't need the 100 BPM part. So I'll take that. I'll go over here. We'll go for a new track. We'll just put the prompt in. I'll go to advanced controls, put it on manual, put it on 2 minutes and 10. And hit the BPM, which will take me to 1.5, not Allegro. Set it to 100, like so. And I'll leave everything else default, but I do put the high to ultra. I'll go instrumental for the first. No, in fact, we'll auto-gen actually, because I want to try and get a voice. I'll show you what I'm going to do. So we generate this with random or automatic lyrics. And basically, as soon as I hear a good one, I'll use that as the style. You see how you got these buttons? One of them is style. So as soon as I get one that I like the sound of, you know, the voice and the general vibe, I use that as a style target. And then I just put the lyrics in. Because every time you get a new seed, it's a slightly different beat, slightly different tune, but the the general feeling will be there. It'll be kind of similar within, you know, it's kind of, and the voice should be the same. And if it's not, you can turn the similarity up. It'll still make various, you know, every song will just still be different. You know, you're not going to get the same song over and over again, but you do get like the same guy. So obviously I've got my lyrics, right? So first thing I need is, obviously if you've already got a song on here, you can just use that as a style reference. But I do like to just use a prompt thing to get the thing, to do the thing. It's just an extra step. It's just an extra step. Johnson's Extra Steps. That should be my next book. I'm writing that down. Johnson's Extra Steps. And then we should write the whole book backwards. So when you get to the beginning, that was the first thing I did. So then the book reads correctly, but we wrote it backwards because it would have been impossible to even remember all of that. Johnson's Extra Steps. Because some people think that AI is easy, but actually it's just the same as traditional, but with extra steps. There's actually extra steps. Like, I can't just pick up a pencil and draw, for example. I could, but the point is you can't just pick up an AI and draw, okay? So there's extra steps. Now, once you've set it up, you go farther. But this is like saying, oh, rowing a boat, I can make oars, I can't make an engine. Sure, but if you could make an engine, you'd overtake the guy with oars pretty quick, wouldn't you? So it's like there's a point where it makes sense to put the time in to set up the systems and the tools so you can go beyond what you would have been able to by raw effort alone. A force multiplier. All good tools are force multipliers. So that you can turn that dead time into productivity. Because you're going to be active for the same amount of time every day. So if you can get more stuff done every day, that's the same as working for longer. A good example I keep going to is it's normal for someone to take a year to write a book. So say you want to write a story, it's normal for that to take a year. Most people, it takes way longer than that actually, okay? Most people, it takes way longer than that. Now, there are a few people, very gifted individuals, with a lot of time and security, I guess, who are able to do it in much, much faster than that. But they don't write many books. You see what I mean? They're not like output. There's like it's like a timing thing for them. It's almost like the planets align, you know? But what I'm trying to say is that if it takes about a year, let's say it takes a year for you to write your book and publish it, start to finish. The idea popped into your head, you got working, now someone can buy it and read it. About a year, okay? Traditional. And even that would be fast, guys, because a lot of people, you know, they spend more time in the edit of the draft than they do in the actual initial writing session. But AI allows you to reduce that down to like a couple of days. Probably if you were really, you know, if you were quite, whatchamacallit, meticulous and dedicated, you could do it in a day. Less. You'd be measured in hours now, right? But there is a finite limit, and this is what Musk always talks about, is the bandwidth limit. There is a top speed for you to read text. There is a top speed. And, you know, obviously if you've just written a book, now you've got to read the book. And so that's the bit that a lot of people fall down on, because they either don't do it, or they do it not very well, or they do it too well and take forever over it. So it's like there's a lot of different trappings, yeah? But the point I'm trying to make is you just saved a year of your life. So normally you would have had this idea in your head for a year that you were following, trying to finish this thing, right? Now you can do that in a couple of days. So that means that you get to move on to the next idea that you would have had in a year's time. And after 10 books, that's 10 years of your life you just saved. I mean, look, I appreciate you weren't just writing the book the whole time, you know? I appreciate you weren't just writing the book the whole time. It's like more nuanced than that. But I just mean you don't get the time back. And so if you're able to take advantage of this increased productivity, you're able to reach those goals and then not have them haunt you for a decade. You know, even you could say, oh yeah, but it didn't really take that long. Yeah, but it did though. If you actually go start to finish, that's how long it actually took. Okay. I think we all know that you went to sleep and had lunch a couple times in between, but that's my, you know. So ultimately it's saving time. So you're not obsessing over that thing because you've already done it. Anyway, what's it going to say? Any good? It's like Public Enemy-ish. How about this guy? Funky. Oh god, that's terrible. Yeah, we're definitely going with the first one. That was like a Puff Daddy ripoff or something. Way too late. I said 1980s. Rah. Old school. I want that old school. So here we go. We're going to hit the style on that one, and we're going to give it some lyrics. So let's give us Newport Gwent's Kimreg Magnificence. we shining. I want Welshman with golden grills. Okay, here we go. Now, there's a couple of things about Udio which is really useful. I've written a new agent which is going to go up on the repo. But basically, it's pretty simple, actually. Like, here we go. Bridge maximum Welsh intensity. I don't know what this means. So we're going to just type bridge in bracket with a capital B. That's how he likes it. I don't know if it's case sensitive. I don't know. Transcendent Welsh. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need that. Oh, fiddlesticks. Do you know what? Yeah, we're going to have to just mess it up for a second here. Is that chorus? Yeah, chorus. So I'm just going to do all the choruses and all the verses. Okay, there's only two. Oh, I'm not used to having a... Do you know what I miss from my laptop? It's going to sound sad, but no page up, page down, home or end button. Absolute... Oh, damn it. I never thought I would care, but it matters. Right, so if I just do that, it's still not it's still annoying. Okay. There we go. It's still annoying and changing everything, but whatever. It's like automatic. For some reason, this is rich text. I don't know why. It just is. So I think it's going to ignore that, but yeah. Do we have a way to fix it? Maybe. That didn't really make it better. Okay, that's fine for now. See, normally I change my output so that it gives the tags for me, and then we don't have this nonsense of editing everything. But it's just a little thing you can do. Also, two-stage agents are now becoming a thing. So we demoed it yesterday, I think, or the day before, the blockhead catchment. So if it sees a face, it adds the caption for the blockhead. Obviously, it, you know, so results and all may vary, but two-stage, like I say, it's a interesting evolution of the E&H system, because what it means is you can have a prompt, an instruction, or a vision readout that can be interpreted into a highly detailed prompt that's aligned with the model that you're using and aware of the LoRa's that you're mixing, and then that can then be put through a second agent who is checking for certain things. Now, I don't know what those certain things are, but a good example would be, say your character is always wearing sunglasses. You could be saying, oh, this character, if detected, must have sunglasses on. It's like an additional reinforcement to stop it from enhancing into areas which are outside of the canon or the spec of what you're trying to design. And you'd think, well, why don't you just put it all in one system prompt? And I thought, yeah, that's what we were doing. But it's actually more reliable to be less strict and break it up into break up the job into two agents. And it's like, oh, but I bet that costs. No, it doesn't cost a lot. Because the funny thing is, the first agent has the image input, which is a bigger charge, but the second agent's text only, because it doesn't need to see. It's just looking at like text rules, you know. Like a good example would be adding a trigger on if it's not been added, you know. If you don't see this trigger, then add this trigger like this. There's all kinds of stuff you can do, and it opens up a lot of things. Is it rapping in Welsh? Wait a minute, that's not Welsh. What language is that? I'm gonna do the other one. I'm the potato commander. Dude. Okay, well, number one, I didn't use the correct length, so yeah, that probably is a good idea to do. It's really trying to make it work, guys. I'm kind of surprised. I wanted to hear him rap the name of this town. Did I get it right? Was I close? I tried to read it. I figure if I just went fast and plowed through, it would sound better. It would sound, you know, okay. They're like, no, no, not even close. Okay. So you try to read that out. I'm just going to post it in the chat for everybody because it's just funny. Where is the chat? There's got to be a chat around here somewhere. Chatters, please, chatters. What? Come on, it's so many clicks to get everywhere. It used to be like one. And then you've got to watch the ads. There it is. What does that mean, dragon? Probably something about the description of the location, as you said before. I know that the double L is a cl sound, like a CL. It's not double L. Kind of. Oh yeah. How is our application doing? Because it's, you know, been slacking tonight. Proposed solution. Fix JSON. Ooh, use consistent fallback model across. Okay. 1 step forward and 2 steps back. That's what AI coding's about. Ugh. We're going to get some AI music tonight. Casnewid means... Oh, it means Newport because the castle. Is that literally Castle Newport? Is it Newith or Newid? He's like, no, it's just Newport. Can't you read? It translates into English as St. Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel near a rapid whirlpool and the Church of St. Cecilio near the Red Cave. Yes. It sounds like it's just a descriptor of the location. It's a little bit like German. You know how in German, the parts for mechanical parts, engineering parts, they are literally named of what exactly that they are. So it'll be like, you know, metal, bolt, car, chassis, frame. You know, it's like, it's all just, it's just like really long and it's just a descriptor of what it is. It sounds like they've got a similar thing going on with the towns. It means new fort in Welsh before it became a port. Of course, new fort. Interesting. But wait a minute. How do you get from new? It says new yid to me. New YDD. Is that with or with or something else? Anyway, pronunciation rules are fun. It's like a decoding. It's like a code, isn't it? Are you going to play it? You going to play it? Is it? What the hell? That's me. Okay. Weird. It's like French. Sorry, Dragon. I don't think it knows what Welsh is, mate. I don't think we're helping it by asking for rap genre. Do you know what I mean? Just being real. You know, it's like it knows what rap is, and so we're getting rap. We're getting rap. We did ask for rap, so we're getting rap. But yeah, okay, so I wanted whack lyrics. I got whack lyrics. Mission accomplished. Next up, what I'll do, not right now, but another time, I'll invert that and not do any of those things. Like I was saying, it was actually intended to be Casnewith. So YDD is pronounced ith. That's cool. I just wanted to check. It felt like it should be, and I couldn't remember why. So, thank you for that. Yeah, the idea was actually to make a negative agent this time. So, like, generate rap lyrics, but don't do any of this. So I wanted to have an experiment with making a lyrical prompt generator, which would be, you know, instead of telling him what to do, tell him what not to do instead. So negative agentic programming, yeah? So instead of, like I said, all of the agents that I have are a mix of what to do, what not to do, but mostly it's what to do, right? So I thought, how about we do it the other way around? And we go, define corny, don't do that. Yeah, I thought that would be an interesting way. So I think we've just shown that it makes bad rap. It makes really bad rap right now. I am the Potato Gang commander in this Kimru situation, boyo. Yeah, bardic articulation. Hoyo. It's terrible. These lyrics. Oh, man. What's going on? The chorus is Dragon Blessed Welsh Mountain Bike. Dude, it's terrible. This has got to be going down. It's got to be up there in like some of the worst lyrics ever written. Okay? And that's what we asked for. But like I said, it's good to get a bass line, don't you think? So then what I'm going to do is I'll spend a bit more time getting a good rap song with a good rap voice, and then we'll use a negative agent to not make corny. Do not make corny lyrics as you know. So, yeah. Right. So that's what's coming up on this project soon. So that's pretty much where that one is leading. That's that. Done and dusted, everybody. Done and dusted. Land fair pig winneth. Wait, we nil. Don't get ahead of yourself. Newport Potato Gang Anthem. Maximum Wales edition. Love it. So silly. So late 80s old school rappers. That's also... Okay, no, that's something else. That's also something else. So obviously I need to find the chat where I actually made it. Yeah. Alright, we'll do that another time. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Let's see how this is getting on. Oh, we've run out of money. Right, that's it. I'm cutting it there, guys. It's a good place to stop. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll get an update on this one out tonight or tomorrow for the Careless Whisper. I'll be working on the canvas a little bit now because that's like the next sort of natural direction to go in. And then obviously I'll be uploading a few of these new agents to the various repos on the Gits. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Watch out for the pings, 8 PM. See you next time.